Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. I think you guys should be able to see and hear me okay now. Let me know in the comments if you can see me and hear me okay. Hey Jenny. Make sure we are live. So basically what I'm going to do today, let's just check this. Yeah, I think you guys have me. So basically what I'm going to do today is we'll take a quick look at Bitcoin, look at the price. We've seen a small little pullback. Thanks, Jenny. Seen a small pullback, which is natural in trading. It's good to see. It's healthy to see. We will take a look at the overall market prices. Any questions you guys have, you can ask me. I'll let you know some of the questions I've been getting in private. Take a look at some of the news as well, and we'll see where we are then. So Bitcoin has been going really well. We're looking at the day chart here, so we're well away from the downtrend line that we drew a long time ago. Hey Crypto Universe. So we've been moving up nicely, and then yesterday we've had a bit of a pullback. Look, this is natural. We had another big candle yesterday. This is looking at it on the day time frame. So we had another big move 2 days ago, and then we have seen yesterday was a bit of a down day. We had reached to, what was it, 9,715 early, so we were getting close to the 10k mark. And then look, it's natural, we had some people taking profit. There's also that I haven't seen many news articles on it yet, but the Mt. Gox wallet has moved a substantial amount of Bitcoin in the last day. They have come out and said, or the guy who's in charge of it has come out and said that he has done a private sale in that, so we're not going to see them funds hitting the exchanges. You may see some FUD about that, where people are afraid of Bitcoin taking a hit when them funds are sold, but in reality it shouldn't really affect the market unless the FUD is what affects it, because there's huge private sales goes on every day within Bitcoin, and it's just not done through exchanges. We just don't see it. So we should be okay on that. So if you see the news coming out about Mt. Gox moving the huge amount of funds in the last few days, I wouldn't be that worried about the dip myself personally. I am not selling, I'm holding where I am. But again, not a financial advisor here, guys. I'm sharing with you what I'm personally going to do in this situation. So let's just look at the day or on the hour and see where we are right now. So you can see this is how the day has been going since yesterday. We've been coming down. If you do look back here though, if you look back at yesterday, so we look at yesterday, let's draw a horizontal line. So yesterday we were coming up, and then we came down and found some support in around here. And if I draw a line across here from that time, that was yesterday, wasn't it? Or the day before? And you come back up here and you see this is where we are finding a little bit of support. So this is very minor support. It hasn't been tested enough at times to be proper support yet, but it is good to see that that is the area that we started to bounce off today. So we come down first here and up, test it again, and now we're going back up. So this red candle here in this hour, are we going to test it again? I don't know. But if this comes down and tests this level again, I would expect us to start moving right up again after this. So my own personal thoughts on, I would like to see Bitcoin finishing up above this 9,000 level today, or as close to it as possible, so that we end this day with a green candle. It's not imperative, but it would be good to see. Hey Sally, yeah, always good to see more Irish people getting involved in crypto. So it would be good to see it finishing up around this 9,000 level and moving up from there. So if we look at the overall charts, actually Tokenpay is one that I get a lot of questions on, because people got into the ICO from the time I done the review, and it has turned out to be a very good ICO that we got into. People are asking about staking. I did start staking with Tokenpay. I only done it last night, so I should have numbers on that in the next day or two. As soon as I have numbers on that, maybe next week during one of the live streams, I will let you guys know what kind of returns we're getting. So it says that it's a minimum of 5% per year. It is small, but because not everyone is staking, the returns could be up to 10 or 15% over the year. So I'll let you guys know how that one's going. So if we look at the overall market, see where we are in general. So over the 24 hours, This against USD. I generally look at against Bitcoin. So we check it out against Bitcoin, see where we're at. So it's been yesterday, or the last 24 hours has been good for altcoins. You can see a lot of green down along here, some big gains. Omeza Go, OMG is doing very well. That's a long-term hold for me. Stellar coming up nicely as well. EOS, there just does not seem to be any stopping EOS at the minute, as they are coming up to launching their own mainnet. Is that the 1st of May or 1st of June? I need to check that up actually, because I need to register. If you're holding EOS tokens, then you need to, there's a process to go through to register the ERC20 wallet that you're doing. So there is some videos online about it. Once I do it myself, I will do a quick tutorial on that as well. Let's have a look at the overall gainers. I think when I looked at this earlier, it was altcoins were up in the top 100. There are not that many altcoins down against Bitcoin. So even though Bitcoin is going down, the altcoins are looking very nice. Some of the bigger news at the minute is, are we looking at an Ethereum fork? So there was a bit of controversy a while back where there was basically with Ethereum, any developers can come in and create smart contracts, can create coins, create tokens, not coins, on it, and they can create their dApps. That is the huge advantage of Ethereum. But what they do is they share libraries. So they share libraries of code that can impact multiple projects. And I can't actually remember when it was. I think it was a few months ago where one coder made a change to one part of the library and it locked up millions. It was over 300 million as far as I remember. I don't have the article open. It's not that important. But basically he locked up a shitload of funds and no one could do anything about it. So the only way to actually get them funds back is to change the chain that them funds are locked in. So there was a big vote in the last few days on whether they would go back and actually edit that. I think it's a good thing that the community has voted not to change it. So it means that them 300 and something million dollars worth of tokens are completely locked up. Now I need to check that number up again. I think it's 300 and something million. So that's completely lost. There is no way to get that back unless there's a fork. So there is a bit of unrest and a bit of unease in the community. And there's a lot of talk of Ethereum maybe going for a fork. So we're going to have to wait and see how that happens. Longer term, I think it would be a bad thing for Ethereum to fork off again, because when the fork happens, it takes a lot of the community with it. It can take some of the best developers. They go off with the new coin, or it would be a new coin, new blockchain, and then they leave the old Ethereum. So Ethereum, there is still going to be, it's like Bitcoin. We see these forks all the time. You have Bitcoin Cash, gold, there's loads of them, and there's loads happening all the time, but none of them really ever amount to anything. Ethereum did have one in the beginning. It had Ethereum Classic, which a lot of people still view as a better system, a better ecosystem than the main Ethereum that we all pretty much know at this stage. So time will tell if there is going to be a new Ethereum fork. If there is, we will expect a run up in the Ethereum price as it comes up to the fork, with people trying to get the coins, because when a fork happens, generally they give you the same amount of the new coin as the old coin, and then we will see a dump after that. So that is on Ethereum. There was also, Mark is looking very good, Crypto Universe. So the other thing was, there was this here. So there was an error or a flaw found, a bug, whatever you want to call it, in the ERC20 smart contracts. It's one that it's not a mandatory part of every contract. So this does not affect every ERC20 token, but some of the tokens, they use the function. Now, I don't code smart contracts or anything like that, so I'm not going to get into the technicalities of this. But basically, there is a bug that can be put into some tokens, and this will be by the developers completely unknowingly. They use a certain function, and it is open to allowing outside hackers to actually hack the coin and create an unlimited supply, move them coins and try and sell them on an exchange. So we do see some exchanges have locked down ERC20 tokens. I think Hit BTC is one, and there's a few more as well that have locked down ERC20 tokens at the minute until this is cleared up, and then everyone should be able to use their coins again. So some of the tokens, some of the development teams will need to change some parts of their smart contracts to make sure that this bug is fixed up. So other major news that a lot of people are talking about is Nasdaq. Nasdaq eyes becoming a cryptocurrency exchange platform. So what this is that Nasdaq, someone from Nasdaq has said that they would be open to looking at a cryptocurrency exchange in the future, which is really good news for the sector. To have something the size of Nasdaq recognizing where so much money is going, this is only good for the sector because this is going to bring new money in. If we look at the market cap at the minute, we're just sitting under 400 billion. This was right down at 250 billion a few weeks ago. We were up at over 400 in the last few days. We were at 425 or something like that. Let's see where we were. We'll make this a bit narrower time frame. So we were up at 434 billion. We are down just under the 400 billion at the minute with the bit of a pullback in the last day or two, which is no harm. We will power up through this again, I personally believe. Nasdaq, if these guys know where the money are, so they see where so much money is going, and if someone like that came on board with an exchange, that is only going to bring more and more money into the sector, which is very good for any of us that are involved in crypto now. Because look, we may think we're late on certain coins, and there's coins that I think, oh shit, why didn't I get that coin when it was $1 or when it was under $1? I was told about certain coins and didn't get them. We are still early in this industry, this niche, whatever you want to call it. I believe over the next few years, we are going to see huge shifts and huge moves into cryptocurrency as it goes more mainstream. As the technology, as blockchain technology is taken into your everyday lives, we are going to see more and more money coming into cryptocurrency. And a lot of people are attracted into it, even just for the trading. A lot of people say, oh yeah, the technology and this, that, but really they're in it for the money, which, look, it's good as well in that it will bring more and more money into the sector, more trading, more volume. The huge volatility that we see in the markets now, I don't know if we're going to see that in the future when the bigger money comes in, but again, it's all good for the sector to bring more people into it. So that's kind of the general, that was Nasdaq. We were Brothel now accepting Bitcoin. I wonder why they didn't accept Verge. Don't know. Binance are in a small bit of hot water. They were supposed to have some deal, or they were working on some deal. We don't know the details of it. SEC. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. So there's ongoing debates over that they had some type of partnership, but Binance have decided not to get involved, and the company is suing Binance. Binance is now the top cryptocurrency as well. I did see on one of the news sites there was some exchange in Brazil has lost consumers' money. Actually, where was that? It was only 56 Bitcoin. Now, I say only because the amount of funds that are stored on cryptocurrencies is huge. So 56 Bitcoin is small. But as I always say, only keep money or coins on exchanges that you are actively trading or that you think you will be trading in the next few days. Anything that you're not, I would say get it off, get it into a cold storage wallet. So Trezor and Ledger Nano S are the two biggest ones. Get yourself one of them if you have any sort of funds in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency at all. Now look, there are some coins that have their own blockchains that you can't store them on the hardware wallets yet, but you can get desktop wallets for them. Most coins have their own wallets as well. Some people think that you can't store an ERC20 token on cold storage wallets. You can. A lot of them, Trezor and Ledger Nano S, will integrate with MyEther wallet. So they are how you access your funds through MyEther wallet. So any of them you can store on that. When I mentioned MyEther wallet, there was the other day a scare for, actually it was more than a scare. There was a huge amount of money stolen from people's Ethereum from their MyEther wallets. What happened was the DNS were hacked on Google and Amazon. There was DNSs hacked. It was nothing to do with MyEther wallet directly. The DNS was hacked in another place, and then they redirected people. So from people put in the MyEther wallet address, but they were redirected to a phishing site. When they logged in, as soon as they did, the scammers got their private keys and were able to take the funds out of their wallet. So when you go to MyEther wallet or wherever you go to, make sure that when you look up in the top of your browser here, that you see for MyEther wallet, it comes up with the actual name of their SSL cert. And if you ever get a pop-up saying anything about an SSL cert not being valid, make sure you just get away from that site because it's not safe. And again, if you are using a hardware wallet to go into MyEther wallet, then you're fine. They were not able to get your private keys because your private keys, I know with Trezor anyway, your private key never leaves your Trezor wallet. It is just used for unlocking the account. So any comments? We have Jenny says there's a rumor that OX will be listed on Coinbase. Any idea where the rumor came from or why? Will be chosen as the ERC20 token to be listed. I haven't actually heard that rumor. There are rumors all the time about different tokens going to be listed on Coinbase, and generally what we see with a lot of them as well is that there's these groups that start these rumors because they are trying to get a pump on the coin. They start these rumors, they start spreading it out there. Obviously, anytime a coin or a token or anything gets mentioned about being listed on Coinbase, then there's huge talk about it. There's huge volume in the markets, and a lot of people buy it up in anticipation of the price going up. So I haven't heard that one yet. I will look into it. Hey, Crypto Tech. So I would be surprised if an ERC20 token was added to Coinbase at the minute. Maybe it will be, but I would expect them to add coins that have their own blockchains first before they would look at adding ERC20 tokens. I think Tron was another big one that was mentioned there a while ago. Again, they have seen good increases in the last while because they are launching their own mainnet or have launched their own mainnet. It's either coming very soon or they have launched it in test mode at the minute. Appreciate that, Jenny. Appreciate the positive feedback. So look, if there's no other questions, I will wrap it up there. I think that's basically all I wanted to have a chat about. So that was the Ethereum chart as well. Actually, Ethereum had seen some nice gains after some really deep lows for Ethereum. It had really started to pull back. And again, yesterday we seen the pullback on Ethereum as well. But today it seems to be pulling back up. Bitcoin, we are coming back up again since we started talking here, which is good to see. So let's see where it ends up. That's it, guys. If you got any value from this, click the like button down below. There are links to any of the wallets that I talked about in the description or on my site, or just go directly to their site and buy them. Never buy a cryptocurrency hardware wallet off eBay, even off Amazon, even though they may be official. I would always personally go directly to the Ledger site or to the Trezor site and buy directly from them, because when you were talking about that is basically your bank. You do not want to buy one that has potentially been infected with any malware or anything like that. So thanks for watching, guys. I will talk to you guys on the next video. Hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks for watching.